10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Latina Diaspora. For the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, what we do is we discuss issues pertaining to Latinos living in the United States. I also have another YouTube channel which is Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, where I discuss everyday issues and try to find logical solutions. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, the subscriber mode has been enabled over the first 5 minutes. Meaning, if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been a supporter from the very beginning or just recently joined, I really appreciate your love and continued support. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow my social media, as well as those who allow me to enter into your devices and those who watch from the clouds, even the haters. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so already, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notifications to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or it's just time for me to check. I'm not long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. We'll just have to go and see how it goes. But the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to hit the link and opine regarding what I'm talking about, they may do so. Now, I have to state this disclaimer. If I have spoken to you previously, either in the chat or on panel or even offline, you do not need to come up. However, if I have never seen you before, if I never heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage, then make sure that no one flashes any adult content, which would cause the people of you to take down the stream. So, with that being said, let me just give you my thoughts. Now, originally, when I created this channel, it was to discuss topics pertaining to the Golden Sphere. Later on, I decided to change this focus regarding Latinos in the United States. I could have just simply discussed discuss it on my main channel, but I wanted to have a separate channel. So now, basically, I've discussed more or less everything I wish to discuss regarding Latinos. So now I'm thinking about going a different direction. So the first direction that I plan to go to is the following. Focus on mental health issues. Um, those of you who've been following me, particularly following me on my main channel from the very beginning, um, I spent a quite good portion of time discussing mental health issues. And I even have a trained therapist appear a couple of times on the platform. So one option I'm thinking about doing is changing focus on mental health issues. The other option I'm thinking about doing is making this a completely Christian channel and just focusing on topics, Bible verses, and things of that nature. So that's something that I will be thinking about, particularly as I prepare to travel next weekend attending. Is why I do not anticipate that I will be doing any lives the week of the 17th. I'll probably go to do short videos, maybe more, Christian short videos and motivational videos of that sort. It will be an opportunity for me to sit down and assess as far as what will be the direction that we're going with this channel. Okay. And I will examine the situation, and then I will make a decision. Okay. One of the problems is that when you focus it purely on Latinos and their issues in the United States, it becomes too much of a niche. And what it does not always attract an audience. So another thing I need to consider whether I'll keep the name or change the name again. These are issues which I will in consideration. But in any case, whatever direction that I will go, I will strive to produce the best content possible. As far as if I'm covering whatever topics that I will discuss, just covering the facts, okay, and not just present humans. Okay. I think there are too many content creators that just express personal opinions without giving one piece of evidence. And that's something that I have tried to avoid, and I will continue to avoid. I do appreciate all those who have watched my content regarding this platform for the time that I have devoted to. So also, one thing to bear in mind that we here in New York, we are in the middle of a heat advisory with temperatures in the 90s, and with the high humidity, it feels like it's close to 100. And I believe it's going to continue throughout the rest of the weekend. So what I'm going to ask, make sure that you stay hydrated, okay? Be mindful of how you're feeling. Do modify your activities to either be done either early in the morning or late in the evening. But most importantly, um, one thing we have to bear in mind that our elderly and those that have medical conditions that may be compromised due to the high humidity and extreme temperatures. So I'm going to ask that you please look into those people, particularly anyone that's elderly, anyone that's struggling with trying to get some sort of relief from the heat. And of course, if you can do any chores for them, whether it be take out the garbage or things of that nature or run errands, please consider doing it for them. I'm sure that they definitely will appreciate your efforts. Okay? And one thing we all have to bear in mind is that we all going to get old sooner or later. Some of us will age more gracefully than others. Others will not, due to various mental health conditions and also due to not staying on top of your own mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So, with that being said, um, I'm gonna end this now. I will be live tomorrow night, um, around 9:30ish, with a different topic. Of course, the playback gang, you're more than welcome to leave whatever comments that you wish. Just be mindful, but try to keep the comments respectable. Disrespectful comments will be deleted, and those who leave such comments will be blocked. Because, like it or not, it is a privilege to be on my platform. With that being said, I'm gonna close the same way that we always close. We must do everything possible to avoid the persons of the demented who will be infected by the stupidity of NASA and of course whatever we say or do, we should do to the glory of God. And let me just check and see if anybody's watching. Okay. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Do try to stay hydrated. Take care. Stay blessed. And
Be strong.